part right to your front door. Shop their eBay store with over 10,000 parts and ask about their Interstate Battery Special for just $45 with your exchange. That's right, only $45 with your exchange. Visit the website for more information at StandridgeAuto.com. Standridge Auto Parts, 1521 Sulphur Springs Road in Shelby, serving this area since 1972.
It's true, America loves baseball, but right here, they love pizza, and nobody does it better than our own Caputo's Pizza Company on South Mount Street, Cherryville. Stop before or after the big game and treat yourself to mouth-watering New York-style pizza, calzones, hero sandwiches, wings, and more. Phone 704-802-4622 for takeout orders, and hey, they deliver too. Caputo's Pizza Company, proud to support local Ironman and Post 100 American Legion baseball.
Chosen breed, you don't see too many like me, cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you, cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets, come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
No.
Good morning. Saturday morning sports talk here from KTC Broadcasting. MItchem's Kitchen, Campers Inn of Kings Mountain.
I bet y'all can hear me now.
Oh,
you?
yeah.
Hey, we can hear you.
Engineer forgot to slide the volume button open. No, that was kind of a last second thing. Good morning, everybody. Campers Inn Saturday Sports Talk. Carson, and if you're watching online, Campers Inn Saturday Sports Talk on YouTube, we got the laptop in here today. We're trying to run it through and see how that works out. I'm covering up Carson's beautiful face right now as he eats his biscuit.
Nobody needs to see that.
Was that a good decision on that?
Oh, yeah,
Welcome everybody. Saturday morning sports talk, KTC Broadcasting. Another good, beautiful Saturday morning. It's going to be a nice day here. A few storms maybe popping up. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We've got American Legion baseball today. Cherryville at Burke County tonight. Actually, that's been switched. Burke County at Cherryville tonight. There's a double header. We'll have Braves on at 3:55, and when the Braves go off, we'll pick up Cherryville baseball in action. Milton Baker and Danny Aker will have the call tonight on that, and we don't know when it'll be. It could be in the however quick the Braves want to play today.
Well, they played 14-15 last night. So.
Yeah, so if they do. We may be picking up halfway through the second game, but but if not, hopefully we'll pick up. We'll get the whole second game and maybe a little bit of the first game. Over in Shelbytown, Carson, myself, and Tom Sinafani and Jason Sane will be over there tonight, putting on a show for you folks on YouTube. Cherryville, not Cherryville. I'm looking right at it and read Cherryville. That's the other one. Lincoln County at Shelby tonight. Over at the castle, and we'll have that one on YouTube. You can watch that online. We'll also have it as well on 1390 AM, 1050 AM, and 1015 AM in Shelbytown. All right, we got a lot of things to talk about this morning. We've got NBA draft to go over. We've got Charlotte Hornets basketball to talk about with that. We've also got a little NFL action, Terry. Jerry Jones seems high on your Cowboys and pretty good this offseason. We got a Jameis Winston suspension to talk about. We've got June Jones saying that Terry's favorite quarterback, Johnny Manziel, should be in the NFL right now. See what Terry thinks about that one. Baker Mayfield and the Browns feeling pretty good, but they said Tyrod Taylor's a playoff starting quarterback from last year, and a lot of people forget about that. Were they 3 or 4 seed last year? Do y'all remember?
4 seed.
Yeah,
because they played.
No. New England was the so they had to be 5 or 6. Couldn't have been 3 or 4. So they were 5 or 6.
That's all I remember.
Yeah. So you just assume you're the higher seed when you play Jacksonville, Carson. Was that what we were doing on that one?
That's what history tells me.
Is that what we were doing? I think I was guilty of that one too, I guess. Terry's in his umpire gear this morning. He's going to leave a little bit earlier later. Didn't hurt his elbow this week. He didn't come in with the elbow. ice on his elbow pack after throwing somebody out, right, Terry? You good this
exactly.
week?
If anybody's around for today, the Coach Pitch Girls Tournament's going on over here in Cherryville, North Carolina. So if you ain't got anything to do, it starts at 10 o'clock. So get over there and watch a little bit of Coach Pitch Girls Softball and Dixie Softball.
Terry,
But
yeah, I mean, how often do you run somebody? Like how many ejections? How many games per ejection? Like what's the gap?
it used to be in my early days real fast. You know, I will be honest, but as you get older and you hear everything that you can be called as an umpire, and you know, I mean, if it's what you want to say about a play, whether I'm right or wrong, et cetera, as long as you don't go over exerting, you know, trying to tell me what really happened, and then you want to get like up in my face or something like that. You know, very seldom. I let people say what they got to say, you know, and then I'll tell them what I saw, and we go on from there. But now when you start throwing hats and different things in a ball game, that's exactly right. You know, you've kind of took it to another level.
Yeah, nobody here is getting paid really to do too much anything.
And a lot of people think that you are going to get rich from umpire. No, it's not going to happen.
Oh, no. No.
So, you know, a lot of times you're out there and you wonder. And everybody has opinions. I mean, me and you, Carson, was talking about a play, and a lot of people see it a different way of what they were looking for and what they saw. And, you know, everybody has their own opinions again. But in a game, I mean, you know, I always like try to get through the game without us being involved.
Yeah.
You know, you make your call, and, hey, is every call right? No. We cannot see everything. We don't have instant replay. And, I mean,
and
you
even
really
if you
think
do, that's not going to get you the call right every time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, you know, if it was all like that, then they could return a call or something like that. But, you know, I never want it to ever come down where we end up making a call. And most of the time not. A lot of games end up like 28-27. And if you blame us, if you blame us for a call, then hey, what happened? I mean, you just gave up 28 runs.
Yeah. You didn't give up 4 touchdowns, Terry.
That's what I'm saying, you know.
Not one call you made today gave up 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. I mean, I've always looked at it, and there's a lot of people get mad at me because a lot of them, if they do get mad, and we talk, after a game or something, and they'll say, well, you missed that call. Okay, I might have missed that one call.
That one call.
But here's my deal as a coach. If you're maybe doing your job, then we never get out of the top of the first inning.
Yeah, really.
You know?
Yeah, exactly right.
I mean, because no kid makes an out.
Well, yeah, that's why I was like, you know, Coach, I didn't throw one hit. I mean, I only got one hit today. You know? I got just many hits as your kids today, you know, however you want to put that sometimes. Or you know, I just want to know, Terry, I guess the elephant in the room is, have you ever caused a fight in the stands?
We were talking about that earlier, too.
Is that what y'all were talking about earlier? I didn't hear you guys. I was in a different room. But this is North Carolina teams.
Yeah, I saw that.
Was this the Dixie Youth Tournament, or was it a different?
It was a softball tournament. I'm not saying it was Dixie or nothing. But
I don't know all the names on it. There's so many different classifications. But there was a fight up on the
Father's
hill.
Day.
Wasn't Father's Day?
It was on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
So, like, you know, a lot of times you got to remember that you care more than the kids. You care way more than the kids, and they're there to have fun, and everybody does want to win, but it's not at that cost. And Terry, I was just wondering if any of your bad calls led to an all-out brawl in the stands.
No, I've never had that. I've had people that I have made a call on the last play that a lot of them maybe say it cost them a game, you know, and sometimes you start celebrating before the game's over with. I did have a call, and this is in a state tournament, and a call at first base where the kid pulled her foot before she ever caught the ball. And then when she caught it, she thought that was the ball game, and she's throwing her hands up in the air. And all of a sudden, the coaches come running out on the field, and all of this stuff, they're celebrating. Well, you know, when you do all of that, these things happen where this kid is safe. Then the coaches come out on the field. So the tying run was at second. They were on their way to third. Well, they was awarded home to tie the game. And then they go in extra innings, and that team gets beat. And I had, a lady or two that followed me all the way to my clubhouse to let me know about it. But, you know, I let them say what they got to say. I never turned around. That's the worst thing an umpire can do, turn around and start talking to them.
Yep.
But, you know.
Well, I mean, every now and then, you know, the thing about it is, and and people don't get, like, what other profession do you get to just random people on the street can just come up to you and just berate you and say the worst things in the world about you? Like, that's not how it's supposed to work. And I've umpired, and that's probably, if I was going to rate the worst things about umpiring, that'd be the worst. Is that, you know, I'm out here spending my Saturday on a hot Saturday or Sunday or whatever day it is, you know, sweating to death, watching, you know, here with your kids' baseball game, making sure they have an umpire working. I mean, like I said, I'm not making $10,000 on this game.
That's what I'm saying. If you think that we make a lot of money, there's nothing wrong with that.
I've never walked on a field as an umpire, referee, or anything, and gave a one flying hoot who won the game.
Yeah, that's me.
You walk out there, you think, I want to make all the calls right. I want to do the best I can. Hope we don't ruin.
I have no kid out here to justify.
No baby, no baby's dad. I ain't got it. And so,
and Kevin, most of the time on stuff like that ends up being some of people that you call friends.
Yeah.
You know, and at that time, you know, and I understand that's their child out there, but they let you know about it. But after the game, you got to come up and apologize.
You just want to be one, okay, I'm going to come to your job tomorrow. The first time you make, I'm going to stand a foot from you and call you a terrible name.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. And so, also, as far as baseball goes, a good one always in baseball, Terry, is, you know, well, Blue, you missed that call. Well, we've played 7 innings. Y'all have made 21 outs.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
that's what I was talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've made 21 outs. So, you know, if you didn't make 21 outs, you might, you know. And the whole, when you blame the referees for losing a game, you know, say basketball, you know, you lost by 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, whatever it was. I'm like, if you'd have won by 10, you wouldn't have to worry about the referees, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I always try to be an umpire where
win by 2 touchdowns, it don't matter what the referees call.
I've had teams that have come and they'll ask me, they say, Terry, are you umpiring? And I'll say, yes, I'm on your field tonight. And sometimes they'll look at you and they'll say, okay, thank goodness, because at least we know it's – well, I mean, it's like this. They'll say, at least I know it's not going to be bias.
Yeah.
I mean, you hate to see that.
Ask for. That's
you know,
really
and I'm like, okay, I appreciate that, you know.
Well, maybe thank goodness they know you're blind. You can't see.
Well, that's true.
That's why they said thank goodness.
That's right.
Oh, goodness. We got American Legion Baseball coming up today. We'll talk about those standings here in just a few moments. I'll pull that up on the magical interweb, courtesy of Mr. Richard Walker. And thank you for all he does, sending us the information on that. I want to say hello to Philip Russell. I want to make sure I get this right, too. He's on his way to USA Football Clinic today at Bank of America Stadium. Listen to us on the way. Be careful out there, Philip. Stop, Philip, if you're smart. I don't know how long you're going to be out there, man, but 10 to 2, Calvin and them is going to be out at MS Motorsports in Gastonia today on Wilkinson Boulevard. Stop out there to get you a Subway sandwich today. Free Subway sandwich from Belmont over there at MS Power Sports, Calvin and Perk. But did want to mention, talked to Philip the other day, Terry. I don't know if anybody really kind of knows this, but he's going to be helping the football team this year.
That's good.
So he was not going to be kind of joining us. He'll call in, give us the updates on the conference from their point of view. You know, Coach Pruitt calls from Cherryville, so we'll have Philip call us and give the inside info on what's going on the Bessemer side of that conference and that rivalry. So Philip's going to be helping on the football side, so I guess that's what he's going to do is learn about football. So Philip, what they do, they start off, the guy puts the ball between his legs, and then he hands the ball off to his booty. Whoever wrote this rule, I don't know, that you put the ball in your booty, and the other guy takes it off your booty, and then they turn around and try to misdirect the defense.
Yeah, it's not rugby.
That's the start of it.
Yeah, we're not running scrums. Yeah.
That's the start of football. Maybe they'll teach you the rest today at the coaching clinics. You guys have fun out there. Terry, you ever been to any football coaching clinics out there in the hot sun?
Yes,
like this?
Sure have.
Sweating
sure have. And
I bet there's gonna be. You know what's funny about this? Think about it. If they have them out there in the sun. You know, during football practice, they got them out there and they're work harder, run, boys, bust your butt. And then I guarantee today there's going to be a lot of.
They're going to be sitting inside.
There's going to be a lot of fat.
They're not going to be. They are not going to be outside.
How long is this going to last?
Can we go inside, please?
Then you really find out what the player is totally about. I mean, if they're still giving, I'm going to say by the end of the day, if they're still giving you 95% of everything they got, because they're going to wear down over a whole day. And if you still got somebody like that, on the other ends, you might have somebody who's maybe totally out of shape, and they find out real quick, I cannot do this. But, then they work on themselves. That's what it's all about.
Make sure you summer athletes as well. Keep hydrated.
Yes.
Number one issue. Coaches got to keep an eye on them and take care of the kids and everything. All right, look, we've got all kinds of things to talk about today. Going to get a little organized here and take our first break in just a few moments. We've got NBA draft to talk about. So much in that. The first thing, when you look at the picture, you notice two things. I notice Trae Young's legs and the kid who went to San Antonio.
Lonnie Walker.
Lonnie Walker's hair is sticking out. Lonnie Walker looks to be about the size of Trae Young, but his hair is up there with DeAndre Ayton and the boys in the back.
I have, and I'm going to start complaining right
Oh,
off the
God,
bat.
Jerry, what are you complaining about?
That's what I'm saying. Trae Young, y'all, I don't know. And maybe this kid's going to prove me wrong.
I don't see it.
But I do not neither, Carson. I do not. If I'm going to take Oklahoma, I mean, here's how I look at things that he just come through.
We're going to break it down after the break, Terry. We got NBA draft in like...
My God. You're going to make me wait.
We got NBA draft in 3 minutes,
You're going to make him stew on it, man.
Terry's going to start complaining about Trae Young, of course, in about 3 or 4 minutes. We'll talk about that. Manning made a comment about Breeze breaking his yardage mark. We'll talk about a little bit about that when we get in the NFL. Breeze, I think, maybe one of the most underrated football players, definitely of our generation, maybe even of all time.
Yeah.
And everybody throws their praises at Aaron Rodgers and Brady and Manning and stuff, and then nobody says anything about Drew Brees. So we'll talk about that in just a little bit too. I want to mention him also. Jameis Winston thing suspended. Should the Bucs just get rid of him? What should be the plan with that? Jerry feeling good about them boys. Terry, you feeling good about them boys?
The boys are good every year.
All right.
Everybody wants to have a star.
Major League Baseball, we got standings to talk about. How about them Bravos, Carson Dockery? Good, bad, indifferent right now? How you feeling?
I mean, they're good. Last night was a little rough, but you go 15 innings. I mean, the fact that they even, they let them score, 6 runs in the top of the ninth, then you're able to at least force extra innings is, it's a good sign, but you just can't put yourself in a position where you give up 6 runs in the top of the ninth. That's just how it is.
That's not good baseball.
That's not good baseball.
My buddy D-Ray the other day helped out. I want to thank all of our announcers during the summer. It's everybody listening to the broadcast. They probably hearing a different announcer about every night. Well, a lot of people got plans during the summer. For example, I think tonight, out of our about 15 announcers, I think of them are out of town. So the last of our survivors, if one of us gets a flat tire,
we'll be in trouble.
Somebody's going solo. There's no backup tonight, so we're gonna talk about that. We got NASCAR to talk about, All-Star Game also to talk about.
Yeah.
Major League Baseball, free agency in NBA, LeBron, Kawhi, Dwight Howard, and all that other mess. And we'll even let. There's no soccer people here today, technically, but we'll mention the World Cup just a little bit.
I can ramble.
Yeah, you can do it.
Carson can ramble a second.
We'll give you about 3 minutes.
I'll play FIFA.
Carson, you'll have 17 seconds to is what we'll do. We're going to put you on the clock and you're like, go. So any other nominations of things we need to talk about that I may be jumping over? I'm just making a quick list here before I go down everything.
Sounds good.
All right, Carson's he's done with that. He's ready to talk. Terry's ready to talk Trae Young.
Yeah, he is.
You said in a little bit. So
okay,
no
all right.
way.
He's holding on to it.
We'll be back in just a minute. KTCBroadcasting.com.
Splash into savings at Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain during the summer wipeout sale. They're wiping out all of the 2018 RVs with unbeatable deals on top brands. These RVs gotta go. Find huge savings like an 18 Palomino Puma XLE double rear bunks, just $19,999. And now through June 30th, receive a $500 parts and accessory shopping spree with the purchase of any 18 model. Visit Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain, Highway 161 South at I-85. The RVer's trusted resource, campersinn.com.
NASCAR heads to Sonoma.
Blaney hard on the brakes. Chris Buescher right on his back bumper.
It's the Toyota Save Mart 350.
It's a dogfight for the top spot. Down through the S's. Now down the hill to turn number 9.
Kyle Busch now takes him 3 wide down the bottom of the hill.
Casey Kane has crashed hard in turn number 1. Harvick takes the checkered flag. He is now the winner.
Catch the excitement of the Toyota Save Mart 350. Sunday, June 24th at 2 p.m.
The Toyota Save Mart 350 this Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock on Carolina Country, 1590 AM WCSL, and online at ktcbroadcasting.com.
Cherryville Public Warehouse, offering fulfillment services, is proud to be a loyal supporter of our Cherryville and American Legion Post baseball teams. They would also like to remind our youth about peer pressure, abuse, and substance abuse. Just like growth in this year's teams, Cherryville Ironman High School and American Legion Post 100 baseball, keep positive, go forth with love and prosper. The sky is the limit. This message is brought to you by Cherryville Public Warehouse, offering fulfillment services, 600 Academy Street, Cherryville. Proud to support Post 100 and Cherryville Ironman baseball.
Hey, look, it's Gary Dellinger with Dellinger Electric. Gary, what's going on?
Hey, Calvin, just stopped by to see how the new jingle was coming along.
Well, as a matter of fact, we just finished it up. Want to hear it?
Oh, I can't wait.
Here we go.
When it comes to your wiring, you don't want to monkey around. Call Dellinger Electric. They're the best electricians in town.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't even give her phone number. And monkey around?
704-435-0705. They're the best electricians in town.
I don't have to pay for that. Do I?
For excellence in funeral and cremation services, talk with Carpenter Porter Funeral and Cremation Services in Cherryville, promoting the highest ethical and professional while maintaining cost-effective service. Call 704-435-6711 or come and talk with funeral directors John Porter and Hannah Garrett, offering you guidance during one of life's most difficult times. Carpenter Porter Funeral and Cremation Service, 1100 East Main Street in Cherryville, a member of the National and North Carolina Funeral Directors Associations.
Acre Enterprises in Cherryville is having a sale on metal roofing. Save big. 12-foot white, red, or green metal roofing with a 10-year warranty is just $20 a sheet. 12-foot silver Gavaloom with 25-year warranty is $20 a sheet. And 21-foot white or green sheets with a 40-year warranty is $50 a sheet. Acre Enterprises with guaranteed low prices. Located at 1220 Shelby Road in Cherryville, right across from Food Line. Online at acrecarports.com.
only do things incredible can. Cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do. When you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
Check. We on? I can hear y'all so much better.
I hear you.
I think I got some trashy headphones. I hear y'all so much better than I hear myself. Maybe that's a good thing, I guess. Welcome back to Saturday Morning Sports Talk. Campers Inn of Kings Mountain out there near on the 85 exit, right behind the McDonald's. Get out there and get you a camper RV today. Calvin and the gang today are out at MS Motorsports in Gastonia. ATVs, UTVs, motorcycles, helmets, gear, you name it. Get out there and check them out. They got free Subway sandwiches out there today in Gastonia. Free Subway sandwiches. Going out there shopping that way in Gaston County. Swing by, see Calvin and the gang. Look at the wonderful motorcycle selection. Take a ride around the parking lot. Don't let Perk drive you. Make sure he is in the passenger seat if you're gonna do that. All right. We'll talk a little bit some American Legion baseball stuff. Terry, I'm gonna let you choose. It's gonna be Terry's corner. Do you want to go NBA draft? Do you want to go Major League Baseball?
Let's do Major League Baseball.
You got to leave early. I want to make sure that you cover the things that you want to talk about real quick.
Let's do Major League Baseball. Let's just find out how far Kansas City's back, because
are they at 52 losses yet? Too?
I don't know, but I know for the last week or so I have not paid attention.
I think they were at 40 something last week.
He's so full of. He knows he knows exactly how many losses they have. I would imagine.
I think we're still in range.
Of 52, yeah.
Winning the next 80 straight. Is that what you need? 52, Terry.
There it is.
Look here.
You've hit the mark.
23 and 52. I think our chances on maybe being in the playoffs are like 1% maybe, or 2%.
That's
what
generous.
do you think?
That's generous.
Am I giving us a lot?
I think it's below 1.
Oh, I mean, look at our total, y'all. It's a minus 142.
Yeah, the run differential.
You need to go about.
Look at your last 10, Terry. 1-9.
Hey,
your last
we
10
are
games.
we're making sure everybody else has a few wins.
You need to go about
you're getting a nice draft pick.
70 and 15 the rest of the way.
They can manage.
You got that in you?
I mean, think of this. We're 23 and 52. I'm going to go out on a limb as we're sitting here and say that we do not win 55 games.
So what, you going to finish over 100 losses?
Yes.
Easily?
That's
You and
what I'm thinking.
Baltimore going to battle for number 1 overall pick?
Well, I hope we beat them out for that. I mean, they've got 52 losses.
Yeah.
We got one more win. Y'all, we should have lost. But
hey, at least you got your win percentage over 30. Orioles are sitting at 29.7.
Baltimore
it's not good baseball to
Baltimore
watch.
needs
Not
quit,
great, no.
Quit holding on that shortstop and go ahead and send him on over our way and quit holding out on us. I guess our GM's trying to be smart about it, so whatever. Saw a picture this week. Speaking of, real quick, want to make a quick shout out. Today must be yard sale
everywhere.
Appreciation
Day.
Yeah,
man.
Pasco's having a yard sale. Cinefani's helping his brother have a yard sale. My wife is at her mother's house having a yard sale. That's 3 people that in the last day I've texted that are having a yard sale, and so go see one of them. Buy some junk off of them. I guess they wouldn't appreciate me saying that. Tom's stuff is junk. He's got some wonderful Cleveland Indians and Brown stuff over there.
That's why he's selling
at a very high price.
Quarter.
How much is the Browns gear? $1,000.
Take it.
It's
free.
You can have any of the clothes out of my daughter's room for a dime. Just to get rid of it. She's got too much stuff. Speaking of Anna, real quick, I want to congratulate her officially on the radio. She got her permit this week. I don't know which day, but she got her driver's permit, Terry. So
and Tom quit driving.
Tom,
all of a sudden.
That's it.
Tom
got a chauffeur.
Tom posted pray for her. I'm like, pray for you. What do you mean pray for her?
Yeah,
it's
boy.
you, buddy. This is praying for you. But he might come by in a little bit. Might not. Depends on if he gets a minute. If he gets a biscuit hour to come sub for Terry in the last little bit. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. We'll ask him about those Indians. They're in first place right now in the Central. Yankees in first in the East. Red Sox.
Something about the Yankees before you go on. Stanton, his first career walk-off home run the other day.
Career?
First
career?
Well, I mean, for the Yankees. For the Yankees. You know. And I still don't understand. But even when he threw it, the pitcher just looked at the ground. Because he knew it was gone.
He said a 4-letter word.
Yes, he sure did.
Yeah, he knew it. He knew it immediately.
He didn't even have to look at the ball. He knew it gone.
He immediately
he hit it pretty hard. If you saw the replay, maybe he should have hung at 85 mile per hour or whatever that
slider.
was.
Yeah,
a hanging slider.
Yeah, right in the middle of the plate.
Yeah,
85. Goodness. Speaking of 85, last night I was here listening to the Shelby post game show and Dalton Putnam in the game, the MVPs of the game last night. They hadn't even got their crest players in yet, and they've seen like they played 7 games, and like almost every game, every kid threw 85 plus. So they were talking about the heat and the talent that they've been seeing so far in the local American Legion. So you folks want to get out there and check that out. You don't know how rich of of an American Legion area you're actually in. 18 to 20 teams. Let me pull up this year exactly how many teams there are. 20 teams here in Area 4. So to put that in perspective, say New Jersey, I think, has like 16 teams or something like that in the whole state.
Yeah, the whole state, yes.
And so to make it to a regional it is so much harder in the state of North Carolina and some of these other states. I think there's another state that's got like 80 teams in it, and while we've got close to that in North Carolina, there's another one with over 100. Then you got other states that don't really have that much, so they get get into the regionals, and you very easily, I guess you could say, it's never easy to win baseball. Don't be taken that way. I'm just trying to talk about how hard it is here in Area 4. You got 20 teams. Atop the East here, you got Shelby, 10-1, overall 9-1 in the division. Maiden's the only team that's beat them in one of the games I've ever seen. Anyone that was at the game or heard about the game will tell you about it. 17 singles, scored 13 runs for Maiden, And that was all the hits. It was all 17 hits, 17 singles, and I've never seen so many like CNI bloopers,
death by
Texas
1,000 paper
leaguers,
cuts. Man.
Like it's exactly what it was. And Shelby had a chance. They didn't score any runs, so they could have easily, they could have kept up with them. If they could have hit them, but Shelby only got 4 hits. It's a good pitching from Maiden. But the funny thing about it is Shelby had a double. The only double in the game was the team that had 4 hits. Last night, flash forward to a couple nights ago, D-Ray did the game here in Cherville against Napoleon, Ohio. They decided to play 9 innings. That game, I think he got out at about 10:30, something like that, and started at 7.
Yeah, man.
And
I know how that feels.
So the very next night, they didn't have a game last night. And Andy and them were done at 8:25 before the sun went down.
Those are the best, man. I don't care.
Appreciate your help.
2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours faster.
Yeah, boy.
I was like, dude, the sun hasn't even went down.
No, just think about it. You got conned into doing this, buddy.
Yeah. You want the 9-inning game?
Yeah.
And it wasn't just 9-inning game that made it last that long. I think there was 18 runs in that game. So, and then the hour-and-a-half game, you know what happened?
1-0.
1 hitter, 3 hitter, 2-1.
There it is.
It combined 1 hitter and a 3 hitter, and then so 2 totally different games and 2 totally different outcomes. So, like Carson said, baseball, you play 162 in Major League. Real quick, Shelby Maiden, Gastonia Post 23, top 3 seeds in the East. 4 is Huntersville, 5 Union County. This is before last night's game, so things may have slightly changed. So don't call and yell at me.
No, do.
Yeah,
Please
call and
do.
yell at me. Yell at JP first. He'll pick
He'll
up the
direct
phone.
you. Yeah.
I'm sure he'll come waving his
Direct
arms
your
at
yelling.
me to come running in there. Rutherford County's first in the West right now, or were. They were 6-0 before last night's play. Even if they lost, they'd still be, I think. Hickory Post 48-5-2. Postal Hunters 4-1 for last night. Caldwell County 4-2, Asheville 75-4. They're the top seeds in the West right now. So we'll have the playoffs real quick. All that. If you want to know the dates, what's going on that. Friday, July 6th is the pairings meeting. We'll be at Stanley Post 266. If you're a fan of and want to go watch American Legion meeting, I guess you can go to that.
Oh boy, I'm sure that's exciting.
I don't think there's a ticket cover charge, Carson, so you can afford it.
Right.
State tournament at High Point. No, sorry, I skipped Area 4 playoffs. Area 4 playoffs begin July 7th, and they'll go through the 23rd. So July 7th to the 23rd is Area 4 playoffs. The state tournament is at High Point, High Toms Field, July 26th through the 30th. And then the Southeast Regional will be at Ashboro, August 1st through the 5th. World Series 16th through the 20th. And, of course, we'll have all the World Series games. We'll have all playoff games involving Lincoln County, Shelby, and Cherville. And then if any of our other local teams could maybe make the state playoffs, and we'll have coverage of that as well as far as going in the state and the regionals. Then we'll have every game of the World Series as usual on all 3 of our stations. And we think by then we should be up and running pretty soon. The FM in Lincoln County and Cherville, Terry. Cross your fingers. Our engineer's been putting together everything this week and getting ready to go and put it up. Carson, you want to volunteer to climb the tower?
No.
Is that not going to be one of your future jobs?
No, I'm good on that.
Terry,
I like being on the ground.
Well, it wouldn't be nothing like my wife would want to know if I had an insurance policy.
So that's the only question you have. Like,
yeah, okay, go ahead.
He didn't even ask how high the tower was.
That's what I'm saying.
My wife wants to know if I got insurance.
I'm gonna get paid
sure
if
you
I
got
fall,
insurance
right?
policy. Yeah.
Well, but we'll have every game of the World Series on the radio. Pool play now, so we'll have 3 games a day the first couple of days. Maybe I guess first 4 or 5 days, and then it'll wind down in the championship on Monday and Tuesday there. So we'll have that. Our broadcast tonight, like I said, we've got Cherville tonight. When the Braves go off the air, we'll pick it up sometime during the doubleheader. Danny and Milton will pick that up over at Fraley Field, and then Carson, myself, Tom Zinafani, Jason Sane will be over at Shelby tonight for the Shelby-Lincoln County game, big game. We'll be doing that on YouTube, 101.5. All right, Terry, let's get back to your Major League Baseball. As I squeezed in the American Legion there, we'll go over to the National League. Bravo still in first, 2.5-game lead over the Phillies.
How about them,
and
Terry?
National. So, everybody talks about the hot starts. How long will they last? get this far in the season, you know where your teams stand. Look at your run differentials and where you are in the standings. You know you got a pretty solid team. Now where you go from here is going to be up to injuries, going to be up to some moves. That some teams will make a move or two, and then of course, baseball is so weird. It's such a different sport, and because of the weather, you're going from 100 degrees, and then you get in the playoffs. It's 30 degrees in some places, and it's not even the same sport at all. So all of those factor into what goes on from September on. So looking at that, Carson, how do you feel about your Braves? Are they going to make this playoff run? You feel confident they can, will, and as far as that goes, if they do, can they make a World Series run?
I think they're definitely at this point. If they don't make the playoffs, it would probably be a disappointment. I mean, coming into this year, if you would have told me that they were going to make the playoffs, I would have been apprehensive, but I would have been, pretty happy about it. I would have, assumed it would have been a wild card spot. But right now, the Nationals in third. They got beat 8-2, I believe, by the Phillies last night. I mean, the Braves losing to the Orioles, which is, not a good look either. But you hope to take two of the next, win the series, take two of the next, you'll win 2 out of 3 if you do that. You've got Ronald Acuna coming back off of injury. You're going to have, I think the big thing is whether or not, when the Nationals start making moves. They traded for Kelvin Herrera from the Royals a couple days ago. So that's a team that's probably going to be a lot more likely to spend money than the Braves. Braves, a team, they're built more for the future. So I don't really see the need for them to try and make a win now move. You've got a team that's already built pretty solid. Don't force your hand and maybe send off somebody that can help you later just because maybe you wanted to win the division or just get into the playoffs this year. And you're going to see the Nationals window is probably going to close pretty soon. Bryce Harper, that's obviously the big headline going into this free agency this winter is not only him but Manny Machado. There's big names. And that's the other thing the Braves have set themselves up to be able to spend money this coming off season. You're probably going to have one of the better free agent classes in baseball in a long time. I think it'll be interesting. The Braves, obviously, like I said, coming into this year, it was, they were looking to just take another step. Now you see they've taken a big step, and I think it'll be interesting just to see. I think eventually later on this year, you're going to see them bring up younger arms and see what they can do. Mike Soroka's already been called up. The Braves have the 3 youngest players in the MLB, Soroka, Ozzie Albies, and Ronald Acuna. So, these are just guys that they'll get their legs underneath them. They'll get more comfortable the more they play, and I think the Braves they've taken a big jump this year. Terry, you can jump ship anytime you want, man.
No, I'm glad you brought up Herrera because that's funny to mention that if you look back at Kansas City, we've lost Holland, we've lost Davis, we've lost Herrera. Those are 3 guys who took us to the World Series.
Yeah.
I mean, and now all of a sudden we have none of those guys. But you look at the people picking up, and that's like Washington, but they jumped at Herrera when he come available. Yeah. And Mustafa's is going to be available. Just wait. Somebody's going to want him eventually. But for Atlanta, and it's funny in that division because you want to see Washington up, or some people do. And I could have got you a Washington hat the other day.
No, I'm okay.
Okay, well, I saw one, and I could have got
you a Walgreens hat?
That's right. But for Atlanta to be in first and Philadelphia to be right behind them, to me, that's amazing.
That is.
Because I wouldn't think this far in the season that those 2 teams would be first and second in that division. So for Atlanta, and I always go back to my grandpa. My grandpa was always Atlanta Braves man. And, and then he passed away before they started winning.
Yeah.
But, congratulations to them. I'm glad they're back. I'll put it like that because they went away for a while. And you know how that goes. If you're like Kansas City, but Atlanta was there for a long time. First for years. Yeah. And a lot of people are not used to that. But, hey, congratulations to them. Playing well.
Have I ever asked why you're a Kansas City fan?
Me, I was a Kansas City man way back, even before George Brett. Man. I mean, I just like the.
I thought the Royals started in '85.
Okay.
Maybe 3 players that played
beat somebody
before George Brett
that said they were pretty good in 1985.
I'm just trying to remember any 70s Royals.
Brett Saberhagen, man, I'm telling you, there's one.
Was he in the 70s?
I'm pretty sure.
I thought he was in the 80s and 90s.
He was down at the Knights Stadium one night, you know. And I mean, you could have got down there and got your Cy Young and all this stuff.
I guess I can pull it up on the magical web here. Rest of the standings real quick. Major League Baseball. Brewers in first in the Central. Let's go out west real quick. Diamondbacks,
Still
2.5 games on the Dodgers, 4.5 on the Rockies, 5 on the Giants, 8.5 on the Padres. So technically, Padres still you're within 10 games outside of 80 wins. You can make a win 10 straight. You can get close. You got to run. Everybody that's outside, I think. Mets are done. Marlins done. Reds done. Pirates. Sorry, Rusty, if you're listening out there. Yeah, it's almost time to hang them up. White Sox, Royals, A's, Rangers, and Orioles, Blue Jays, and Tampa Rays. Y'all are done for the year.
Thing when you mentioned the Padres made a lot of moves this year, and they've still in last.
They've got a lot of young kids too.
They do.
That's going.
They picked up Hosmer and a bunch of people. I mean, and I thought, hey, you're going to try to make a climb to the top, but hey, you still.
Well, I mean, you're talking about Manny Machado. I mean, San Diego, they've been linked to him just because they have the prospects that Baltimore would need in return for him. Because if Baltimore trades him, they need a haul. They really do because their farm system isn't great. And who do you replace at short for Manny Machado? The Padres coming into this year, they were a top 3 farm system with the Braves and the White Sox. So they're a team that has the ability to go get Machado, but I don't know if they want to spend all that on what could just be a 1-year rental.
Okay, so looking at the wild card standings, good grief. American League is awful.
American League.
That's what I meant.
You said Legion.
Oh, the American League.
There we
Sorry
go.
if I said Legion. American League is awful. Only 2 teams outside of the current wild card teams are within 10 games of the wild card.
Only 4 teams have a positive run differential
in the American League. Looking over the National League, every team in the National League except for the Reds and Marlins are within 10 games of the or actually you can go 9 if you really want to be technical, about 9 games of a wild card spot. So every team but 2 in the National League, and then every team but 2 in the American League is out of it already. Yeah. So American League's down to 3, 4, 5, 7 teams left, basically. So you got 7 teams for a 5-team race. So here we go. A's and Angels on the outside looking in on the Mariners, and Red Sox got a 4.5 game lead on the wild card. National League, Cubs and Phillies are in right now. Nationals half game out. Dodgers have 1.5, and the St. Louis Cardinals 2.5. Cardinals just need another bat, another pitcher, one more player, and I think it'll put them right there in the mix of it, if not over the top. I really want Machado is what I'm wanting, wishing. I guess the Cardinals don't want to give too much of the like Carson's saying. How much do you got to give up to get him? And they've got a really deep pitching unit in the minor leagues, and they've talked about that. But how much do you really want to give up? You never know. But I'll take the bat in the major leagues if you're going to make a playoff run any day. I've seen the Cardinals over enough years where, they always add, when they were making the runs to the World Series, it seemed like they always added like one more bat. Mm-hmm. They did always, they always added a reliever. Somebody's going to give them a reliever for nothing somewhere.
Hey, Kansas City will give you something.
You got
from Mustafa.
Y'all got something you can
Don't
give us?
take him.
But the bat I wanted is obviously Machado. But did you see Ozuna's play the other night?
I did.
Dodo play? Mm-mm. Well, you would have to watch it for me to describe how stupid it was. It was one of those. It was a Jose Canseco-ish type play.
Balling off his hand?
Not off his hand, off his glove. He's like swatted it out. Like it's so silly. He just looked embarrassed afterwards. College World Series. I did want to mention it real quick.
Yeah.
The team. It was SEC.
Auburn.
Yes, that game.
Yeah, the play where basically that happened for a walk-off.
No, what was the play that happened before it?
Oh, man.
It was the controversial play before that. So 2 plays went terribly against that team.
Or no, it wasn't that it was a controversial. It was the double steal where the guy faked he was going from first to second, fell on purpose.
So that happened against them.
Yeah.
So that like tied it up or something, didn't, or got it down within 1. Then the home run off the glove. So like 2 just ridiculous things happened to that team, all in the last innings or so, and it just just
that's a rough way to lose, man.
Isn't it? 4 guys. And then everybody's, oh, Florida might win a championship.
I didn't know they got knocked out by Arkansas. So
yeah. Well, I tell you what, I think I just saw Ken Link just pulling in the driveway. If he's got his car on, he's going to come in and bring me some stuff for tonight's broadcast. I might have to ask him a few baseball questions while we got him on the topic. I thought that was pretty, like Carr said, bad way to go down. I was looking for any other draft notes you wanted to make on baseball. I was trying to find the All-Star vote too real quick before we took a break. No, nothing. Neither one of you don't care. Okay. Altuve
I've
leads
been done with baseball since we started.
Yeah, I know, Terry. Altuve leads the American League, and we talked about that last week real quick. Altuve leads in batting average in the American League. Gannett in the National League. Home runs, Harper in the National League of 19. Trout and Martinez in the American League. There's way more home runs going on in the American League. Looks like Ramirez, Nelson Cruz, and Chris Davis all have 20 or more home runs. RBIs. J.D. Martinez with 60 in the National League. Suarez with 50. But Terry was talking about a little bit last week how teams like, say, Kansas City, and it always scares me with St. Louis, and we've been lucky the last basically 20 years. And there's Mr. Tim Johnson. That wasn't Ken. That was Tim that came in. Hey, Tim, how are you? Just sit it right there. We'll take care of it. But like teams like Kansas City, the small market teams, like. Once they get into a hole, say, how long have the Braves basically been asleep for?
5 or 6 years.
Yeah, something like that.
Even kind of competing for championships. World Series.
That's 10.
Easy. Like once a small market team gets into a dip like that, like you could stop watching baseball. It seems like for 5 to 10 years sometimes, almost,
if not longer. I'm gonna be honest.
And especially the reason I want to mention Kansas. I used to pick on Kansas City. And I'm glad they won a championship. Because it was 30-some years between, so between championships, there's 30 teams, and by the numbers, you should win one every 30 years or whatever. But what I'm getting at is that, like, how many years? Sometimes you just feel like you're done with baseball right now because they still got 90 games left, and I'm done. So how does that affect the psyche of the baseball fans, the small market teams, and you look. Even the Braves, the past 15, 20 years, look at the attendance in baseball and at the games. You go to a week game, there's nobody there almost, and especially in the upper decks. And the Marlins are a really bad example of that.
I think it all depends on where you're at. I mean, if you're in New York, maybe there's a lot of things for you to do, but the Yankees continue to win, so they haven't had down stretches.
Yeah.
If you go to Kansas City, now Kansas City sells out a lot. But a lot of them are season ticket holders, and if your season ticket holders are not there, then maybe they give them away to somebody else, and they go watch the games, and that's good publicity for them. Here's you some Kansas City
St.
Royals.
Louis could survive a 3 to 5 year drought because of the fans.
It's a big baseball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
10, 7,
now,
8,
what about San Diego? San Diego's not been popular for a long time. I mean, you take teams like that maybe don't have anything else for the people to do, and I don't know. I mean, that's like me with Kansas City right now. I know we're done. Do I watch them now? If they're on, I'll flip it over there and see what we're doing. Yeah. But as far as watching them every night, I know some people who were Braves fans, even when they were losing, was still a Braves fan and would watch them every day.
Yeah.
I know an older lady and LCB used to watch the Braves no matter what kind of record they had, whether it's winning or losing or whatever. But for me, I mean, I'm like now, if I find something else to do, then that's what I go do. And then I'll pull up the next day, did we win or did we lose?
Tim, you want to join us for a minute real quick, talk about last night's game? Okay. Come on in here, stand right here beside, you can stand right here at this pink microphone right there. No, that's not plugged in. Stand right here at this green one talking to this one. And Tim Johnson's going to join us on the show, bringing some of our equipment from WLOM last night. They had a ball game last night against Mint Hill. Tonight, Lincoln County will be at Shelby. Tell us a little bit about last night's game, Tim. Welcome to the show, first of all. Saturday Sports Talk. We're talking a little Major League Baseball. I can't remember. Who's your favorite team, Tim?
I like Atlanta and the Yankees.
Okay.
So I got two. I got one in National League and one in the American League.
Atlanta and the Yankees for Tim. Well, Tim, last night y'all guys had Mint Hill, right?
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Mint Hill jumped out to a 5-0 lead going into the 5th inning, and Lincoln County scored, 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th, and Mac Bowden had a home run. He started off the inning with a home run, so it was 5-1. And then Lincoln County put 2 back-to-back hits together, and then after that, they got 2 outs and then brought up Pulowski, and Pulowski hit a 2-run shot. They scored 1 on a bunt on sacrifice, second and third. Then they scored 1 run after that, make it 5-2. And then Pulowski came up with 2 runners. With one runner on third base with 2 outs, and hit a 2-run shot, make it 5-4. And Lincoln County ended up tying the game up in the bottom of the 6th, and then winning it in the 7th.
Well, congratulations to them. Big game last night. Pulled up the standings from the other night. We haven't got the new ones, and so this is the last thing I got, and I haven't looked over the schedule. So that would put Lincoln County. That would be their 3rd win on the season, 2nd in the conference. Is that accurate? Do you know?
Yes,
okay.
They're. I think they won 2 games. Kings Mountain. They beat Kings Mountain 10-0, I believe it was.
Okay. And now you guys got football coming up shortly.
Absolutely.
Fall. Now, Tim, on Wednesdays, for you folks listening on Saturdays, don't get a chance on Wednesdays to listen. Tim and Ken have a Wednesday sports talk show, kind of the same thing we do here, from 4 to 5 Wednesdays on 1590 AM only, 1590 AM. You can listen to Tim and Ken. They do kind of the same stuff that we do. This week they had Addison, his son, join them, and a fun time listening to those guys. and Addison came in a little early, Carson. He wanted to debate me on LeBron and Michael. And,
oh, God.
Yeah, I know.
How's Addison? How's Addison?
Oh, he's like Terry Reinhardt. I mean, he's all good.
No. How old is Addison?
Oh, how old is he?
Yeah,
Okay,
how old
he's
is he?
20 years old. So 19, 20.
Terry, you can only imagine the fun things that child said. No, I love him. He's not a child. He's bigger than everybody in this room. He's a big boy.
He made his match.
but Addison knew his stuff. Love talking to him. He'd be fun on the shows. Any of our shows. A good kid and everything.
Yeah, he is.
Thank you for coming on. You guys this fall got Lincoln County football coming up.
Yep.
On WLON, looking forward to that. Getting closer and closer.
Yes, it is.
To practices. They start when?
Around August 1st.
I was
going to say August 1st, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they've already did it. They're doing 7-on-7s now. I saw some of that, some of the Cam Newton drills. Burns was out at that. They beat Audrey Kell or somebody like that yesterday or the day before. I did see one of the notes from Nelson on there. I want to thank him for 20 scores towards us on that. So
North Lincoln has a new football coach. Basil.
I was about to say, tell us a little bit about any Lincoln County news in sports real quick heading to this fall.
Well, North Lincoln's got a new football coach, Stephen Pack, who was the football coach last year for the first year. He's going to Newton Conover to take over Coach Beam's job. Coach Beam has retired from football, so he's going to be, I think, doing some work with his brother. I think starting a business up. So Coach Beam, we know him well. Great guy. Wish him all the luck in the world. Also, Coach Pack did a sensational job at North Lincoln High School last year. He began to turn that program around. I mean, great mind of football. I mean, he was going to do big things for North Lincoln. So, but now he's at Newton Conover. Coach Basil, who coached at Adams Central High School, came in. Okay. Talked to Coach Clonger. He has nothing but high praises for Coach Basil. So, and he's got a real good established record for what he's done in his past. And so Terry might know a little bit about him.
Yeah, I mean, when he went to Alexander Central, I mean, he done turned that program around.
Yes.
As soon as he got there, you know,
did.
and for him to come, I think that's a great hire for North Lincoln.
Oh, absolutely.
And what he can do for them, he knows the game of football.
Yes.
He knows it on defense, offense, anything that you want to do, special teams. North Lincoln, with him there, and don't get me wrong, Pack did a great job for the time he was there, but they just made us, to me, now I never want to put you in like made a step up, but I think they did. I mean, I think they made a step up with Basil.
I agree with you too, Terry. Absolutely. I mean, they get more experience as head coach and stuff, so forth. But he's a defensive-minded coach, and that's what North Lincoln needs. Defense.
Real quick, JP, we'll have to do a double on this one, buddy. Okay, but before we go. Doing John Cloninger, new basketball coach at Lincoln High School for basketball. And I think it's Billy Howe is going to the East Lincoln girls soccer or men's soccer. One of the soccer ones. I'll probably mess it up for him, of course, at East Lincoln. Real quick, looking to the fall, Terry and Carson do the pregame show here in the fall. So there'll be a quick preview. So let's do a quick hot take preview. While Tim's sitting here since he does the Lincoln County broadcast, Terry and Carson here. Who are our favorites 1 and 2, maybe if you want to go 1 through 4, I don't care. Or who's your favorite Lincoln County school? Not the conference. Who's your
I'm gonna
top
tell you,
Lincoln County school
I'm
this
gonna tell
fall?
you, West Lincoln's got the best backfield, probably in the conference. I mean, they got.
You agree, Terry?
Yes.
I agree.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, they got experienced quarterback. Running backs is the best duo running backs, hands down. And plus, what we forgot to say, Terry, is that Ponder from Newton Conover, a great defensive-minded coach, is going to West Lincoln. He's going back. And so, Tommy Sain's got a football team. So, East Lincoln, I'm going to tell you, East Lincoln's going to make some changes on offense. They're going to, from what I've been told, there's a possibility they got to have a quarterback change. It's a possibility. If that happens, East Lincoln's got some experience. Now, Lincoln, Terry, I don't know if Lincoln's got some wide receivers.
They do, and they got a few people that's coming in from other places. I'm not going to name all the schools they're coming from, but when you speak of the conference and you look from top to bottom, East Lincoln, number one, if you got talent.
Yes.
And speed. Yeah. If you got both of those can adjust a lot of things that you do on a football field. When you go to West Lincoln with the players, yes, power. And with the running backs they got, I mean, they should have a chance at being maybe not winning the conference, but maybe second or third in the conference.
Top three, absolutely. I agree with you.
Is Maiden or Newton Conover favored to win the conference?
Maiden's, I would pick Maiden.
You got Maiden on top right now, or one of these, you got one of the Lincoln County teams coming out on top?
If I had to pick, and this is me, because that's what I'm saying.
I'm leaning on experience.
Pre-game show expertise right there.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going Maiden.
You're going to go Maiden. I don't think Newton's going to be that bad, and I'm just saying it's going over.
Got talent.
Yeah, well,
the Baker boys are back at Newton.
They are. That's what people don't understand. A lot of them decided to leave, and now they've come back.
Yes.
So
they did leave.
Yeah, that does make a difference.
Yeah.
So, but anyway.
All right. So there's your preview for this fall. Witherspoon Insurance pregame show. You guys will be handling that. Tim will be, of course, Ronaldo Automall Sports there at WLON, 10:50 a.m. And also, it'll be 107.5 FM by then.
Yeah, we're excited.
We'll be pumping out the FM.
I like that
football this fall. We've been tossing around some meetings, still working on some other things. But we'll have some surprises, some things coming up for you. Thanks for stopping by, Tim. Have a good weekend. He's going to Tim's going to party.
You too.
Tim's going to party all weekend while we sit here and work.
I want to say happy birthday to my wife.
Yes.
Hey,
nice. Well, that's not the last thing.
There you go.
Hey, wait till we all sing happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to you, Tanya. Happy birthday. Love you.
That's it.
See you guys.
All right, it's time for a break. As we're giving happy happies, Terry, next time you see Calvin and my mother, yesterday was their anniversary, and so. Of course, I don't know the number
for everybody.
But it's been a while. It's a little bit of it's a few moons older than myself is all I'll say. How about that?
There you go.
So, all right, we'll be back in a few minutes. KTCBroadcasting.com.
Splash into savings at Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain during the summer wipeout sale. They're wiping out all of the 2018 RVs with unbeatable deals on top brands. These RVs gotta go. Find huge savings like an 18 Palomino Puma XLE double rear bunks, just $19,999. And now through June 30th, receive a $500 parts and accessory shopping spree with the purchase of any 18 model. Visit Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain, Highway 161 South at I-85. The RVer's trusted resource, campersinn.com. Hi, I'm Calvin Hastings, and I want to invite you to the 10th anniversary celebration as it continues this Saturday, June 23rd, from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. at MS Power Sports in Gastonia. Come on in and check out the great deals on over 130 units in stock and on sale. Take 10% off the entire stock, and only $10 down delivers. And be sure to come in for a free Subway sandwich from Subway in Belmont. Plus, register to win some great prizes too. So plan now to be there, the 10th anniversary celebration at MS Power Sports, located at 4804 Wilkinson Boulevard in Gastonia. Call 704-824-2787 or visit them online at mscycles.com. The 10th anniversary celebration this Saturday, June 23rd, 10 to 2 at MS Power Sports, Gastonia.
Dr. John L. Cloninger III of Lincoln will brighten your smiles with professional cosmetic dentistry and smile enhancement procedures for everyone. Even Duke fans will smile at the work of this Tar Heel. The office of Dr. John L. Cloninger III is located at 904 Doncha Drive. For an appointment, call 704-735-0765. That's 704-735-0765. And John III says best wishes to all high school athletes.
Maybe a punctuation mark on a career night.
Hi, I'm Calvin Hastings, and I just came from Renato Auto Mall in Shelby, where I saw more SUVs than you can imagine. No wonder they're known as your SUV headquarters. Some $60,000 SUVs price to go, like a 2018 Buick Acadia, now priced at $31,950. And that's not all. I saw a Cadillac 2018 XTS priced at $36,995. And check out Renato's smart in-and-out service. You get speed, you get quality, and best of all, you get competitive pricing. So head on over to your SUV headquarters, Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, right below the Cleveland Mall. Online at RenatoAutomall.com. When you shop our local advertisers, be sure to tell them you heard it on the radio. That way they'll know that their radio dollars they spend works for them and you too. Even in today's fast-moving world, radio remains the leading media to reach more people. 93% of Americans listen to FM radio over the air. TV viewership is 89%, smartphone use is 83%, and personal computer use is 50%. So if you're a business owner, reach more people with the power of radio. If you don't tell it, you can't sell it. See the power of radio. WOHS Shelby, WLON Lincoln, WCSL Cherryville. Online at KTCBroadcasting.com. Hi, I'm Calvin Hastings, and I want to invite you to the 10th anniversary celebration as it continues this Saturday, June 23rd, from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. at MS Power Sports in Gastonia. Come on in and check out the great deals on over 130 units in stock and on sale. Take 10% off the entire stock, and only $10 down delivers. And be sure to come in for a free Subway sandwich from Subway in Belmont. Plus, register to win some great prizes too. So plan now to be there, the 10th anniversary celebration at MS Power Sports, located at 4804 Wilkinson Boulevard in Gastonia. Call 704-824-2787 or visit them online at mscycles.com. The 10th anniversary celebration this Saturday, June 23rd, 10 to 2 at MS Power Sports, Gastonia.
Welcome back, Saturday Sports Talk. Campers in, breakfast by MItchem's Kitchen. Give them a call today. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, 704-276-1155. Terry, what'd you have for breakfast today? That was a thick biscuit.
Liver mush and bologna on a bun.
He likes meat with his meat, man.
Carson.
That's right.
Just a regular old liver mush, egg, and cheese on a bun.
JP, what'd you have for breakfast this morning, buddy?
I had a sausage and cheese on a biscuit.
I had egg and cheese biscuit, and I was talking, Tom, a little bit last week about the biscuit and toast thing. I'm usually a toast man, but MItchem's biscuits are just so soft and fluffy.
Yeah.
I can't pass them up. Real quick, NASCAR for our next break. Go over that. They're in Sonoma this week. Terry's favorite part of NASCAR racing is the road tracks.
Who got the pole? See, that's how much I paid attention
Terry,
to that.
you complain. They haven't done that yet.
Oh, well, good.
You complain about you don't like road courses. Terry don't like mile and a halves.
What do you like, Terry?
I like racing, y'all. I think we need to go back up here to Rockingham and all these places that
North
they
Wilkesboro,
took away.
man.
Yeah, North Wilkesboro. Some of these racetracks they took away where you bang and you beat and you have to get to the front. I mean, that's just like Bristol. When they redid the Bristol race up there at one time,
anymore.
no, it was not the same. Plus, everybody got up on the upper end and was all going in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looked like a pinwheel that you're spinning around and just hope somebody jumps out into the right spot and wins the race. I don't know. NASCAR, come on, help us out, buddy. I mean, we're starting to get a little bit. Now, this road course, some people like road courses. If you're at the back, I hope you get to the front by the time they get to the end, because that's how long it's going to take you to get there.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem with the biggest problem with the road courses is, one, I think the tracks need to be wider. I don't know. Racing people might tell me. I might be stupid. That might be a stupid statement. I don't know. But I personally think it should be wider. Maybe get a little bit more racing. I think that would get a little more racing involved. Also, the way it's tough for TV to do it.
There's a lot of cuts.
The angles, the turns, like some turns nobody will ever pass, and some half the turns you can't pass in. So there's a few things here and there. I think maybe widen the tracks, doing a little bit of this and that. I don't understand why nobody's built a figure 8 yet. At some point, like the technology that we have today, and as big as the tracks are, instead of having 15 mile-and-a-half circles, somebody could build a bridge between the two. Charlotte's experimenting with something crazy kind of this year with the Roval.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are excited about it. I am. My only problem is that the first time they're doing it is in the middle of the playoffs, which is the silliest thing. I'd be like, well, in the basketball this year, in the round 2, we're going to put a 9-foot goal.
Or put a new ball in.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird. That's fine. If they'd have done it for the 600 or for the All-Star race, I think the All-Star race would have been exciting.
Yeah, that would have been it.
Because you're racing for $1 million and you're bumping each other in the turns.
You've got the different segments. I mean, one segment could be the regular oval. You turn the next segment into the Roval.
That's a great idea from Carson. This time we don't do Roval. This time circle. Next time road. Carson's done. He retires. He made his
I just hate the road courses because, like you said, if I beat you to the next turn, you're gonna have a dominant car to go around me on the outside.
Yeah.
All I gotta do is beat you to the turn.
You know what I think they should do for road courses? Here's a fun. This isn't serious. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. So they're not going top speed anyway, right? If they dent up their cars, they lose a lot of money, right? Let's put real bumpers on these jokers, like at the go-kart tracks, and let them go at it with those. So when they do get to the turners, the corners, Terry, they can actually just get into each other and have a little fun with it. What do you think?
Okay.
It's going to work as well as the rain tires and the windshield wipers that they had.
60. Everybody get up 60 and spin out. 60, spin out. It was like 7 liters spun out in a row, and I thought that was one of the best races I'd ever seen. Because it's just the racing in the rain, that was pretty awesome. I'm sure the fans didn't want to be out. The ones that's had a few beverages didn't mind, I would guess. Fastest in practice so far, Kurt Busch has been the fastest. Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex, Jamie McMurray, Kevin Harvick, Buescher, Keselowski, Bain, Amaral, and McDowell, Reagan. Now, Terry, what this tells me, we talk about the Chevy hadn't been doing well all year. Well, this is a road course. So, technically, the aerodynamics and all that stuff really shouldn't matter that much as the acceleration and the handle, right?
I agree.
So now we're looking at the top 13. I hadn't said Jimmy Johnson or any of these other big names yet out of the Chevy camp. So that's telling me right now where the problem is. If Chevy isn't in, they don't have the horsepower acceleration that these other two obviously have. If it's all like that, even on a road course.
I agree with that. I mean, there was 4 in the top 13 as far as. I think that's what you had on.
Yeah, I mean, when you look top 11, there's only 2 Chevys in the top 11.
Yeah, only 2.
And then,
but amazing to me that Ford has really figured this out.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, even better than Toyota. I mean, I know I got 2 of the 3 up there with Toyota at the top, but the Ford has took this, and it's like they're igloo, man. I mean, they're on top of it because every time you look, every race you go to, Ford has people up there.
It should have been wide eye-opening to everyone when Harvick and Stewart-Haas and the gang switched from Chevy to Ford.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't have just done that if they didn't. They knew what was happening, what was going on, and they did. And of course, Hendricks can't just switch over to Ford, I would imagine. And so there's some issues to be had, and maybe it's not the Camaro body. There is something going on in the engines there, Terry. So there you go. All right, that's our NASCAR wrap up for the day. You got any predictions on the winner?
On a winner for out there. If Barset was in it, we'd probably pick him. I always pick somebody who's not supposed to be in the race to be at the top. I don't know. If I had to pick, you got to go Kevin Harvick. Kyle Busch, I think, will be up there, even no matter where he's at. And Joey Logano, one of those 3. Martin Truex is pretty decent too. So
Truex is 3rd qualifying in speed so far. Kyle's not even on the list right now. Kurt's at the top. Always Busch brothers are good on tracks. Harvick will be decent, I think. I don't think this is where maybe his horsepower that they usually have gives him some advantage here. But starting 5th, he's not quite there yet. But who I look down the field, who's been doing well, and I've actually been pulling against. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but this could be a chance for the 10 car to get a win. Eric Almirola.
Yeah,
he's always been.
He's always good on road courses.
On the road courses. And the 10 has been pretty solid on the mile and a half so far and in the restrictors this year, but they haven't been dominant. And this is a place where if you have a solid but not dominant car, you can, if you drive it right, you can make up some spaces. I think they got a chance. Keselowski, look out for some of these guys that don't have a chance on the mile and a half to push a few of these guys that usually win maybe out of the way. That's what I would do. If Kyle Busch is in front of me, if Kyle Busch is in front of me and he's already got all these wins, or Kevin Harvick at a road course, you're getting bumped.
Yeah, moving you out of the way.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll be back in a few minutes. KTC Broadcasting.com.
Splash into savings at Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain during the summer wipeout sale. They're wiping out all of the 2018 RVs with unbeatable deals on top brands. These RVs gotta go. Find huge savings like an 18 Palomino Puma XLE double rear bunks, just $19,999. And now through June 30th, receive a $500 parts and accessory shopping spree with the purchase of any 18 model. Visit Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain, Highway 161 South at I-85. The RVer's trusted resource, campersinn.com. Hi, I'm Calvin Hastings, and I just
Play and ride on the new cart paths. Play and ride 18 holes Monday through Friday for $28. Seniors 55 and older can ride and play 18 holes Monday through Friday for just $24. Play and ride 18 holes on weekends for just $37. For tee times, call 704-739-5871 for the Kings Mountain Country Club, located on 109 Country Club Drive in Kings Mountain.
check out the monthly specials at the Cherryville Country Club, open to the public with no reservations required. It's prime rib the first Friday of each month, crab legs on the second Thursday and Friday of each month. It's steak and wine the third Thursday and Friday of each month, and fish camp night, fourth Thursday and Friday of each month. And don't forget about their Sunday buffet, 11 to 2, $16 for adults with discounts for kids. Plus, check out the Chicken on the Run bucket on Sundays. 8 pieces of chicken, 2 sides, and rolls for $14.50. Cherryville Golf and Country Club, Roy Acre Road, Cherryville.
Baseball players rely on lots of coaches. First base, third base, pitching, and catching. But when it comes to insurance, you only need one coach, an Allstate agent. They'll help you with your insurance game plan. Plus, Allstate agents can bundle your coverage for your car, apartment, boat, motorcycle, and more. So you've got all your bases covered. Are you in good hands?
Hey, sports fans, call Allstate agent John Brown at 704-435-1920 today. Located at 503 East Main Street in Cherryville. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Don't miss the big July 4th sale, June 21st to July 10th at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby. Take up to 40% off MSRP on select appliances. A big truckload of scratch and dent appliances has arrived. GE front load washer and dryers, your choice for $5.99, select models only. Crosley top load laundry sets, only $3.19 each. And don't forget about the area's largest selection of appliance parts at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center, 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, online at shophendricks.com.
I need a red light where I can tell when I'm on. I'll tell the engineer that. We used to have a red light. I wonder how to do that. All right, welcome back to Saturday Sports Talk. Campers in Kings Mountain. Go see them out there near 85 today. All right, guys, I know I hadn't really talked to y'all about this, but I got me a little list over here. NBA action, okay? In the fall, I decided that I'd had enough last year and quit before as a Dallas Cowboys fan. 30-something years, I've decided that Jerry Jones doesn't care about nothing but selling hot dogs because they started a rookie against Aaron Rodgers in a playoff game. The year before, you know, Dez called it and the ref cheated and they readmitted to him 5 years later. So I decided until Jerry Jones dies that I'm done with the Dallas Cowboys and I'll be a Browns fan until further notice. So I've been thinking about this.
Now you're gonna switch back.
And after we're talking NBA. After 29 years of being a Charlotte basketball fan, I think I might be done with this one, Carson. And I'm putting in some nominations for teams that I'm thinking. I haven't totally decided if I'm done with them 100%, but I'm about 90 on them. The Charlotte stuff, Terry, you know, wake up one morning, I called you, you're a GM, and I'm like, you know, I'm going to send you Timothy Mozgov who averages 4 points and 3 rebounds, $15 million a year for the next 3 years. And all I want in return is a 6'10" future Hall of Fame center who averaged 16 and 13 this year. 16 and 13. You know how many people averaged 16 and 13 this year? 2. He was one of them. What would you say to me?
Well, I'd probably make the trade.
Okay, I'll take Mozgov in 15 years. I mean, that's just the dumbest thing I've ever seen, and the only reason it is, like Carter said, they're shaving money for the salary tax, the tax. Luxury tax. There we go. I'm going to put those words together if I try hard enough. They don't want to pay that. But then you look at the rest of the roster. Why don't they just trade MKG for a second-round pick or Marvin Williams for a second-round pick? And they're using the same money. Brendan Haywood has come out and said that everybody in the locker room hated Dwight, basically.
That's everywhere he's been.
With that said, let's go over everyone on the team who hated the guy that was getting the double-double. Franchise record in double-doubles, mind you. Cody Zeller's getting paid $12 million. He got 7 points a game this year. MKG's getting $13 million. He got 9 points. Well, I'm gonna back up on MKG. I'm gonna finish with him. Marvin got paid $13 million. He got 9 points a game this year. Nick Batum got $24 million. He got 13 a game this year. MKG gets paid $13 million a year. He averages 9. And everyone says, well, they need him for his defense. Really? He was 23rd out of 30 small forwards this year in defense, giving up points to the other team. 20 points a game. So he scores 9, gives up 20 to opposing small forwards. And he was the number 2 pick, $13 million, and he's 23rd in the league in defense. We don't want to cut none of those guys. Those guys aren't jerks because let's cut the jerk who's averaging the double-double, who's probably saying, I'm guessing on a basketball court when you don't like someone, they want the ball. And you want to give them the ball, and they said Batum had a problem with that, and I am like, Batum, what strategy do you have? What strategy have you ever had to do anything? You're getting paid $24 million, you're averaging 13 a game, and you're complaining about the guy who's getting a double every night of only 2 people in the league. And these players today, I don't get it, and everyone's gonna, and of course we're gonna say, let's make the case that centers are dinosaurs. We don't use them anymore, blah, blah, blah. Every team in the league has a center. Why wouldn't you want one of the best ones if you can have it? Why would you want Mozgov at 15 instead of Dwight at 23? Are the Golden State Warriors going to say, Terry's joking, I know he's being stupid over here, but he's joking in a break, that the Golden State, are they going to start JaVale McGee over Dwight Howard if they sign him? If Cleveland got Dwight, and this way, Would they be starting Tristan Thompson over here?
Yeah.
All these centers that are getting 5 points and 8 rebounds, you're going to start Dwight Howard, and you can use him just because he's not the center point of the team. And you can make that argument. Yes, the center's not the center point of the team anymore. Yet, I'll take 15 and 12 if put him on the Warriors. Yeah, they didn't get beat in the finals, but Houston wouldn't come close to him with that because Capella's. Then you got to match up for that.
Didn't Houston get better when they dropped Dwight Howard?
Well, that's what I'm talking about. See, here's where I'm looking at.
Well, they added Chris Paul. That's their style
you just got that year in between.
Here's my deal. Once he come in and he was playing, he was fine, but then all of a sudden he gets played to L.A. He never fit in.
No.
Then he gets moved to Houston. He never fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Then he dadgum goes to Atlanta, then to Charlotte. And he's never fit in, and I'm having a hard time understanding. If you're looking at yourself in a mirror every morning, it don't become the teams. It becomes you. So there's something that you're bringing into the locker room that people don't like.
Not one team has come out and said what they don't like about him. Not one player. This is all anonymous.
That's sports.
Well, that's it.
This is all anonymous.
He's one of them. They're not going to do that.
But is it not unfair? Is it not unfair for us to say Dwight's a bad guy because they keep getting traded? When there's 5 or 6 other, whoever thinks he's a bad guy won't even say why he's a bad guy. What is the problem? Because wait a minute, Carson, if he's being a jerk, say he's being a jerk. If he's just a prima donna who thinks he's the best player on the team because maybe he is, that's totally different. That's you being a lesser player having a problem with Dwight being a future Hall of Famer and being a star. Is it that, or is it he's being a jerk? Is he like, you're no good, give me the ball? or is it, hey, I'm Dwight Howard? I mean, what is it? I want to know.
I think
and I don't
there's your last one.
And
the last one you mentioned. I'm Dwight Howard.
I just want to know. There's so much behind stuff that it's kind of questionable. Just on like I went through the money and the scoring along, just on production along. It's silly. Now, if you say that's fine, but none of these players have proven anything over the league, and he has. So we're going to get rid of him on hearsay, according to fans. Like, what is the fan supposed to say? What is this fan supposed to feel? Okay, he made some of the guys mad. Well, I don't care what MKG feels. He sucks. Who cares how MKG feels? Who cares how Marvin Williams feels? Who cares how anyone in that locker room feels? That's that's my feeling on it. It's feelings, if we want to talk about feelings. Tell me why he's a jerk. I just want to.
I think it's more about him. And that's just me. I just think that when he was at L.A., Kobe couldn't, which Kobe has a hard time getting along with anybody, but he couldn't get along with anybody there.
Name me Kobe's 3 best friends.
Well,
Pau Gasol, and Pau Gasol.
Yeah.
The big white dude who listened to everything I told him. Okay.
All right. Then when he went to Houston, they had coaching problems and a few things down there when he was there, but they didn't like him.
What did Capella average this year?
He was near double-double.
That's what I was saying. He
if
had
you're
to be
shooting
close.
33, what I'm saying is that if you're shooting 33s, Howard,
it's like you're talking about. He's just not a focal point of the offense.
You're right, and you don't. And our point is that you don't have to play that way. But if you're going to play that way and you don't want him there, then that's fine. But if you're playing any other way, you'll take a center and any other body in the league. You don't have to run it through him. I'm not saying he's the number 1 piece. I'm not even saying he's number 2. But in this league, historically, you've needed 2 to 3 All-Stars to win a championship, and he could definitely be the second or third one and say if someone else is scoring 25 a game.
It just can't be about him.
That's true.
And I think that's what it is. That's just like when we sit back and talk about LeBron now.
I'm talking
about, but it's just like LeBron. There's a lot of people don't want him now.
That's true, too.
So, I mean, because it's about me.
I think the LeBron thing, what's tough for him about Cleveland is that he won't give Cleveland a long-term deal, which why would any free agent?
No, yeah.
Why would any free agent say?
Why would you?
That's why Kyrie wanted out.
Yourself.
That's exactly why Kyrie wanted out, because he didn't want to sign a 5-year deal. LeBron leave in 1 year, and now I've got 4 years.
Yeah,
and that I think that's a big thing.
Well, see,
you don't pass it out.
I would love to know, to go back at how many times the ball was fed to him, and maybe Platoon would be the guy. How many times he popped open and it never come back?
Exactly.
Because I'm going to end up taking a shot underneath because you gave it. No, you got to work with each other.
And that's the thing, too.
Has anybody ever told Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to kick it out?
That's a very different
Has
game.
Shaq ever been told to kick it out?
You don't play the game the same way.
No, I know that, Carson. Here's what you guys don't understand what I mean about playing the game. Who has been a champion playing the game shooting threes? Name me the team.
I'm not saying you got to focus on threes.
No, I know,
but the best shot. You got to take the best shot.
No, that's not it. See, that's the LeBron Jordan problem. LeBron fans think LeBron getting 5 feet away from the basket and kicking it to Zydrunas Ilgauskas or Mo Williams in the corner, you have to take the best shot. That's the best shot for the team because he's open. Michael and Shaq and anyone else that would get 5 feet from the basket, shoot it when they get 5 feet from the basket. That's the better shot. Anyone who's ever been on a basketball court in the last, it's just silly to me that you could think, or anyone thinks, and I'm not saying you're silly or anything. Please don't take it what I'm going for you with this. It's that kicking it out for, I'm a guard. I want to shoot threes every time down court. But it's silly for me to think that if a guy's got a 5-footer or 6-footer, even if it's contested, to give it out, to kick it out to me. I know it shouldn't come to me. I should be jogging down the court waiting to get back on defense.
It should.
Right.
There's the problem. It should come back to you.
Dwight has no post game. That's my whole thing, and I think that's what Terry is trying to say.
And I'm going to say, when I played, and this is Johnny Helms, when he played center for us, I'd post him, and first thing he would tell me, get open. He said, just move to get open. Because if I feed it back to you and you knock down a 3, then all of a sudden, all this packing in they got on me,
I'm glad y'all explain basketball to me. I know that. I know exactly how it
That's
works.
what I'm saying.
What I'm explaining to you guys is JaVale McGee don't play that way. Clint Capella don't play that way. No, these other centers don't play. So why do we criticize Dwight for?
Because he's the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
He's the
okay.
He's
have a
jump
hook shot.
Yeah.
He does have a running hook.
What's his
He's got a
percentages
little
on
floater.
things?
I know that, Carson.
But that's my whole thing is like you take the best shot because Dwight Howard is not at this point in his.
We're totally arguing about the wrong thing here. You guys think I'm saying we should revolve around Dwight.
No,
I think